everybody, Kim Berry here with Kim's DIY Tribe, and it's time for another tutorial. Today we're making minis. I really wanted to make some replica trick-or-treat candies for my little mini world, my mini scenes. And I was getting ready for work one morning, and it came to me. I was standing there brushing my hair like I always do, and I knew this was it. This was how I was going to make some mini candy. Look, they look like little lollipops. I don't know why I have these things pop in my head, but they literally look like rows and rows of like little Dum Dum Lollipops. So, come along with me. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Hit the bell notification because you're not going to want to miss this. These came out so amazing. Real, authentic looking little lollipops. I'll show you how. It's super easy, and all it takes is a Dollar Tree hairbrush and a few other things. Let's do this. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for watching. Here's what we need to get started. Your hairbrush from Dollar Tree that you spray painted white to give you a neutral base for your lollipops. A few Dum Dum Lollipops. I also bought these at Dollar Tree so I could make sure that I was making them authentic and accurate. Some UV resin. That's linked below along with everything from my blog post. Some alcohol inks. A silicone resin mold so that you can mix small amounts of the UV resin and the alcohol ink for dipping your tiny lollipop into. You wouldn't want a big container because it would be too difficult. A little piece of polymer clay to help make a handle so that it's easier to dip these. You just want to insert the bristles that you cut off into the clay so that it's easy to work with. All right, so let's get started. We're going to put in just a little drop, we don't want to waste it, of the UV resin, and we want to keep it away from our lamp that's on. We're going to mix in one of our colors. So let's start with, say, blue. We'll make a blue raspberry Dum Dum. And you want just the tiniest bit of color. Don't just directly squirt this in because it would be too much. We want to go easy on the color because you can always add more, but you can't take it out. Okay. Just a tad more over here out of the way. I'm working on paper so that I don't get alcohol ink on my surfaces because it is messy. I'm going to dab that off just a little bit. See how that ink spreads so much? There's the color we're looking for. Shorten this up a little so it will sit in my lamp upright as I want it to later to final cure it. When I first am going to dip this, I'm going to dip it in here and coat it. And I'm going to put it in a UV lamp like you see here, just like at the nail salons. When you get your piece ready, you've got your little lollipop here in your UV resin. I'm dipping it in blue. You're going to keep it turning. I wanted to show this to you right here. You want to keep it turning in the lamp and rotating so that it doesn't drip or get uneven. And so I just turn and rotate this clay in my fingers so that I can get an even round droplet to form for my lollipop. And I do this 3 or 4 times before I give a final hardened curing at the end. So I just turn it. It only takes a few seconds to build up what you're looking for. And you just kind of want to keep that turning so that it stays round and doesn't look like a teardrop. Then when I'm all ready and I think it's the size I want, I put it like this for like a 1-minute finishing cure in the UV lamp. And there it is, just standing up in there curing for like a minute to get the surface hard enough and to remove any tackiness so that it wouldn't stick to the wrapper. Then when you're done with this color, you put it in the UV lamp as well. It will harden it up so that you can pop it out of your mold and it will be super clean and easy to switch colors. Here's my leftover blue that I was using when I made the blue Dum Dum Lollipop. And I wanted to show you, I cured this along with it and it just pops out. Just like that. And then your mold can be wiped out and used for all kinds of other colors. Quick and easy switching. I told you this is super easy and super cute. And I'm going to show you real quick while that's happening how we're going to do these wrappers. I unwrapped the Dum Dums that I bought and cut them into squares and then copied them and reduced the size. I reduced it about 85%, and I did something different than paper, because if we just copied this on paper, we wouldn't be able to wrap that correctly around the ball or the lollipop head. So I used double stick tape on cardstock all the way around and put white tissue paper on top of it. Now I only did the edges because I wanted the paper, this tissue paper, to feed through my printer. And I knew tissue paper is way too thin. So this way it would anchor it, but when I cut these free, I still have the tissue paper that will wrap easily around my lollipop. So I'm going to go here and cut out just a little section to kind of show you what I mean. And now I can actually cut out the little square wrapper. And it slides off because I didn't apply the double stick tape everywhere. And so it's just this little tiny piece of tissue paper which will wrap really nicely around our lollipop. So I'm going to go get that lollipop out. It's fully cured and nice and hard. I'm going to pull it out of the clay. You know what? I'm going to leave it in the clay because it's probably going to be easier for me to apply that wrapper correctly if I do it that way. And then you can always trim it down at the end if the handle is too long. All right, so you're going to put this right in here like this and just give a little twist. And there is the authentic little Dum Dum Lollipop that can actually be unwrapped and lay it on a table in a dollhouse or a mini room box or a scene, and it literally looks like the wrapper and the candy side by side. How cute! So I'm going to make some more and I'll show you the end product.